So you want to know what the best Motivity combinations are in Lies of P to allow you to smash through this game in a amazing fun fashion. So I'm going to take you through what I think are the best weapon combinations when it comes to any Motivity build and why I think they're so good. We'll go over Fable arts, damage reduction, everything that makes the weapon combinations great. You're going to find out here in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the first combination. Now the first combination that we're going to go over is probably, in my opinion, one of the most fun to use, and it is incredibly good. We're going to be using the Coil Mjolnir head and the exploding pickaxe handle. This is going to give you a Motivity scaling of A, and it's also going to have two very good Fable arts for any Motivity build with a heavier weapon. Our first Fable art is Thunderstrike, which provides an absolutely devastating blow, leaving shock damage all over the ground and also imbuing your weapon with shock. We're also going to have Conserve Energy, which is going to reduce and decrease the consumption of your stamina temporarily. This is awesome because typically big Motivity weapons are going to consume a lot of stamina when you're swinging them, so pairing this Fable art with a few stamina amulets is going to be the best bet, and you're not even going to feel like you're losing stamina at all. It also has a really fun moveset with the exploding pickaxe handle, allowing you to swing the weapon decently fast, getting in a bunch of staggering blows, and allowing yourself to make your way through this game really fast while doing devastating and debilitating damage to your enemies. We're also going to have almost 72% damage reduction when it comes to your guarding abilities, so this is going to give us a fair amount of damage reduction while we're defending against boss blows and enemy attacks. Now our second combination is for those people who want all the benefits of a Motivity build, but they want to play it like a technique build. The next combination you're going to use is going to be the Bonecutting Sawblade and the Bramble Curved Sword handle. These two Fable arts together are one of the most aggressive ways I've ever seen Lies of P played, and you are going to do an immense amount of damage. Although right now my Motivity scaling is only B, once this weapon is fully upgraded to 10, it will go up to A, and you will have a phenomenal time playing with this weapon. Now as far as our first Fable art, Link Chop, you're going to get a massive swipe downward, and then you can use a second Fable slot in order to bring down an even more devastating attack. This is a great finishing move for a lot of enemies in Lies of P, and it will also get you a definite stagger if that's what you're looking for. This definitely requires a little bit of precision timing, but if you can get that window down perfectly, then this Fable art is going to work incredibly well for you. Now as far as our next Fable art, Furious Slash, this is where you really start to feel like you're playing a technique build instead of a Motivity build. Each Fable art slot that you have is going to give you 3 slashes for Furious Slash. So if you have 5 Fable slots unlocked like I do, you can sit there and just slash the enemy over and over and over and over again and pour out a ton of damage very quickly to get staggers, eliminate enemies, and do a lot of damage to bosses. The slashes also have the ability to hit multiple enemies at a time, so if you have a big group in front of you, you should be able to cut them down with ease. Another nice thing about this weapon is the fact that even though it's a short handle, the blade is long enough for it to have some incredible range on it, allowing you not to get hit as often while you're slashing and killing enemies in Lies of P. As far as your guarding ability, it's going to have 69%, almost 70% damage reduction rate while guarding, so a little bit less than our previous weapon, but because it is a sword, that is just to be expected. And I think a lot of you knew that this weapon right here was going to be on the list, but we are going to be using the Big Pipe Wrench head and the Krot Police Baton handle. This is an absolutely incredible Motivity weapon, and don't let the lack of range fool you. This weapon has the potential to hit like an absolute truck, and it's also going to have a fantastic Motivity scaling of A. Both these parts of these different weapons can be found very early in the game, so you can pretty much play through the entire game crushing bosses and enemies like it's no one's business. For our Fable art Patient Smash, you're going to hold down the Y button in order to charge up a massive devastating blow that will usually stagger enemies, and for the weaker enemies, absolutely obliterate them completely. Now when paired with our second Fable art, Strike Chance, which is going to temporarily increase your next attack for your next hit, this is what makes this combination so devastating. Absolutely one-shotting or staggering most enemies in the entire game. Bosses, it's going to take a massive chunk of health off. This is overall a must for any Motivity build at least once through a playthrough of Lies of P. But it's not just the Fable arts that make this weapon so great. If you're charging up your R2s, you are 100% going to stagger most enemies that are bigger than you in 2 hits, which is absolutely phenomenal. It is a very good damage reduction rate at 73.92%, which for a weapon this size, you think it would be a lot smaller, but it provides a solid amount of damage reduction when guarding and parrying with this weapon. Now for our next weapon combination on this list, it's actually going to be a combination of 2 of the weapons we've already seen in this list so far. But the very first part of the weapon we're using is going to be the Bonecutting Sawblade, and the second part of the weapon is going to be the Exploding Pickaxe handle. This weapon has incredible range, it has very good Fable arts, and your Motivity scaling is going to be at A, which is going to allow you to scale with Motivity really nicely. Now I'm actually doing a playthrough with this weapon currently, and what I really enjoy about is the very fast recovery from a heavy attack into a light attack. It's almost as if you're doing 2 light attacks, but you have a massive heavy attack going off first, and then you can slash that light attack shortly after. The Fable art Conserve Energy on this particular weapon combination is going to allow you to get 2 full strikes more before your stamina bar is depleted, allowing you to get off more damage before you recover. Its damage reduction rate is going to be a little bit lower at 69.79%, but that's nothing to worry about considering you're going to be staggering enemies and killing them faster than they can hit you with this particular weapon. Now, even though this weapon combination is somewhat of an early game weapon combo, it still is incredibly good, and as I've already said, I'm doing a playthrough with it currently, and I have breezed through most bosses in this game with this combination. And there you have it, guys. That is going to be the weapon combination list that I feel are the best weapon combos in all of Lies of P for a Motivity build. Now, if I have missed any, or you know of some that you've used in your playthroughs that I've had a ton of fun with, leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to check them out. If you've not subscribed yet, a subscribe goes a long way to the channel. It's free for you, and it helps me out a lot. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to leave some more Lies of P videos all over the screen right now, so you can go check them out. And until next time, stay safe, enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next one.